Hey! Welcome back to the culture. I love everything around me. Hey, how are you? What's the goal? What's going to be a wonderful fashion Friday today? We are going to talk about camp, joke furs, got clothes, and stuff. Now that's how it's supposed to. Excuse me if it's wrong. I love all of this topics. Why? Because they matter when it comes to art and practice down below in this the description box under all the websites that we are going to visit, you will find that link. It is super important to do your research, demonstrate, cite all the links and all the information you found. Ergo, you are, let's say, you're a YouTube friendly channel. How about that? Thank you so much for being here. What are we going to talk about today? Okay, so down below, if you're new here, I know you already subscribed. Thank you so much, new subscribers. We are going to talk about pants. What is the history of pants? Jodhpurs Gaucho pants in history, Bermuda pants, Victorian cycling outfit, history of pants in Africa.
We have a lot of websites, so hang on. We got 10 websites, and again, art and craft therapy is down below. We had to add that. Why? Because I'm going to be doing costuming over on Art and Craft Therapy. Even though this is my main channel, DEIRDREHELENA Wells Jakovic, I have Art and Craft Therapy and Queen Charming. We are post-pandemic, meaning the country has opened up, not meaning the virus is gone. But you know what? We got to get back in action. Continue to wash your hands, continue to cover your face, continue to use all the same practices, please, and thank you. I am. But I'm ready to get back into the world. I'm ready to start doing production. I'm ready to get going. So, yay. Shout out to all of you wonderful viewers on the replay crew. You humble me. I thank you. Every view counts. If I get one view a day, that means everything to me. When I started my channel 2.5 years ago, currently, shout out to the future and beyond, I never expected 500,000 views. I'm humble, and it means my vision is working, my plan is working, my marketing is working, my algorithms are working, and you, my hearts of gold, are enjoying the entertainment. I appreciate you so very much. So, do I have visuals? Yes, I do. I think I'll sprinkle them in between, the Google searches and the websites. But I just wanted to tell you that this is good. This is part of my life journey, this channel, where hearts are go, because I'm going to be in my golden years. And I started my channel when I turned 56 as far as content. Okay, anybody can go look on the About page and see when I started and my vision, but actually doing the hard work, well, I'm 1,200 videos deep. That means everything. I don't plan to hide anything. I like looking at it like that. I think once I start open membership back up, I did a dry run. I said, nah, we're working on 3,000 subscribers. Thank you. I'll open up membership again at 4K. And then I'll start putting, videos on there when I hit, our 1,000,000 views. So you got work to do too. So we're in it together, and I appreciate you so much. So let's look at some videos or we'll look at that later. No, let's look at some images. I've been looking at videos all day. That's enough. What do I have in store for you? Goodness. Yeah. So let me pick the right one because I got a couple things open here. Did I say? Oh, I saved it. I saved it. Here we go. Where did I save them? Okay. We're going to talk about patterns first. I'm currently looking for courses in real time for pattern making. It's so hard. I think I might even enlist the the expertise of some costumers that I already follow on YouTube and that I already know in real life, and to teach me pattern making, or hire them to take all my measurements and make them for me. It depends. I have a very busy summer, hearts ago, so that means a lot as far as scheduling, and I'll keep you updated. But here is an excellent example of pattern making. Everything was sewn by hand. Let's just say up till 1850, and then sewing machines started becoming a thing because invention and the industrial boom, and all that stuff. But yeah, basically everything was done by hand. And here is a perfect example how they would use two folded pieces of material, slit it down the middle. I think that V in between on number B is just a measurement, but you don't need that. And then they would fit it to the person with the elastic strings on your waist. Then they would add the crotch. And there you see the perfect image of that patch, because everyone is shaped different. They didn't have department stores back then, you guys. Everything was done by hand. That's why it was always important, wherever you live, whether it was a village, a hamlet, or a city and a town, everyone had a place to go where people made clothes. Everyone is not creative, guys. So I thought this was wonderful. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. Everything's going to be by hand. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of projects are going to be done on my sewing machine. But as far as my period pieces and costuming, all by hand. And I'm not ashamed of my hands or anything. You have to embrace the growth process. And when I say that, because people say, I want to grow. Well, growing also means aging. So I'm there already. I've been there ever since I turned 50. But I think a lot of younger people get disturbed. Well, don't. It's okay. So if I can help you in that process and let you know it's going to be okay, watch Gigi. So go ahead and subscribe to Art and Craft Therapy, Queen Charming, and my other channels over on my About page. Thank you. All my social media sites. Just go down the line and subscribe everywhere. Why? Because we're coming out of the pandemic and there's going to be a lot going on, and I'm just going to start dropping videos and doing projects and getting back into action. And I am ready. Trust and believe. I'm so ready. Maybe I can help you get ready to, or if I can inspire you, let me know. If you're out there and you're in a rut and you're not happy, watch my channel and find something that makes you happy. I want to do a show on hobbies. Yeah, everybody needs a hobby. I'm sorry. And when I say you need a hobby, don't open your mouth and start saying things like what you can't do. No, I said you need a hobby. Well, how do I find a hobby? That's where we're going to start. Okay? Because remember when you were young and your parents tried to figure out what you were good at? So we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So here is a fashion plate. It's absolutely adorable. You're going to see this in my art and craft therapy projects. These are bloomers. Okay? I want that parasol. Forget everything else. I'm like, ooh, it's so cute. But yeah, it's like a bracelet. You know, if the sun is, we carry parasols in Vegas because it's hot. It's not just for rain, right? El Plu, right? No, it's not just for rain. It's to keep that sun off your beautiful face. Okay? So yeah, this is a beautiful fashion plate and I thought it was very sweet. Okay? And I think everything, I'm just going to pepper them in. So let me look one more time and then we'll get on with the get on. Let me see. And then we're going to do the cultural thing. Yeah, I think I only have 3 left. 2 or 3 left. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So let's get on with the show. Let's look at pants first and what is the history of pants. Okay. All righty. I'm not inviting anybody to StreamYard, Deirdre. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm taking my time because I know you know in real time what we've been up to, and I appreciate you for just going out in the YouTube world and entertaining yourself and then coming back here and say, what do I want to watch? And I see you guys. I see the numbers ticking up, and I appreciate you watching my shows. So when you put in pants, you're going to get everything under the sun, but I want to start here. It's pants with the S, okay? So trousers is another term. It's an outer garment covering the body from the waist to the ankles with a separate part for each leg. Pants is a term for underwear or knickers. So there you go. Shout out to the international crew. They love when we do this, you guys. So thank you for allowing them to have a seat over here in class culture. And I think it's appropriate to figure out the correct term for anything. Can you imagine if somebody walked up to you and said, I'll give you $1 million if you can give me the correct definition of pants? You will slit your wrists because sometimes it's hard to explain what something is. Look it up. That's what we do in here in Heart Class Culture. Okay? So, are slacks pants or shorts? Trousers, English, British English, slacks or pants basically are the same thing. Are an item of clothing that may have originated in Central Asia. So that would have been a nasty Jeopardy question, right? Worn from the waist to the ankles, covering both legs separately rather than with clothes extending across both legs, as in robes, skirts, and dresses. Now I have to keep that for a project. So yeah, people have asked me all the time, and I can hear you asking too, because we're hearts of gold and we think the same. I am not stage struck because I've worked in production. I'm two-stage, I don't know, what is the word? Squirrel. Yeah, I would be looking around and not concentrating. I could do it because every time I watch Jeopardy, I'm answering the questions. And I'm like, but could I do it? I don't know. Maybe we should do like a game show quizzing over here. I wanted to do it during the pandemic. I said, I don't know, but I think it's time because I want to do contests and things like that. But yeah, I'll come up with something, but not mimicking. I'm going to come up with a whole brand new thing. And it's going to be fun. It's sort of like, when you were in school, and I don't know. We used to have debates and things, and each teacher would have each class, and each class would win prizes. So that type of thing. So yeah, I want to start doing stuff like that. I'd rather administer it instead of be in the contests. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I've never been interested in going on Jeopardy. So yeah, and I trust me, I've been asked all my life. You should go on Jeopardy. You should go. I'm like, no, I don't. I prefer to watch. I don't want to, because then I'll be mad if I go on there and I lose. Okay. What is the history of pants? I have a friend. He is my age, and every month he goes to, well, not during the pandemic. The Price is Right. I'm like, he dresses up in costume and everything. I love him. They would literally, and I met him at school, the Art Institute, and they would all dress up. They would all go to the sewing department and make their costumes, and they would all drive into LA, and we would see them on TV. It was so cool. I'm laughing because he's a great person. But yeah, the word pants comes to us from an angelicication. Angelic. I'm saying it wrong. Let me put my glasses on. No, I'm not. I'm saying it right. Here. I'm going to copy it, and we're going to say it for our international people. Okay, I'm 3 beers in. Miss me. Okay. Anglication. I don't know. Let's look it up. It's those words you never say. Anglication. It's one of the weird ones, y'all. Here it comes. I'm not sharing it with you. I'm just looking it up. Oh, God, it's so slow. Come on.
Anglicization.
Yeah, Anglicization.
Anglicization.
It's just a stupid word meaning Americanized. How about that? Or English it. Okay, they put English on it. Of a character's name. So shout out to theater. Shout out to art. Shout out to playwrights. Shout out to all of that good stuff that we're going to be. I can't wait to the September. This production year is going to be super, super fun. Please hit that playlist because if you're, I consider that the freshman class when I make the playlist. So catch up because we're moving on to sophomore. Okay. So hit all those videos, please. We're going to be talking about plays and characters and cities and countries and all that. So the word pans actually came from a character's name in Commedia dell'arte, a form of Italian comic theater popular throughout Europe from about 16th to the mid 18th century. There you go. Isn't that nice? I love it. All right. Now my hearts go. You can go more in depth, but we got to keep it going. So yeah, I love that. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? Like I said, we've been having fun celebrating my daughter. So thank you. I'm sure you can hear the little slur in there. No, it's just we were just sitting back, having fun, being around family and stuff. Tomorrow I'll bring in real time. I'll bring some pictures over here, or I might do a couple of uploads if they let me. Okay, what's the next thing? People don't want you all up in their face. At least I don't. All right, what's the next thing? What am I looking for? Who am I? Okay, Jodhpurs. That's what we're looking at. All right, here we go. Jodhpurs. Okay, Jodhpurs. Look, I was in Germany when I really, 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 really started riding horses when I was growing up. I had a uncle who lived in Flint who had a farm, and that's where we would ride the horses for fun, not for sport, not for equestrian, jumping contests, nothing like that, not roping, just for fun. And then joined the military. Then we moved to Europe. And then I started working. I saw this ad and I started working on a German farm. And I'm going to show you guys those pictures one day. It was beautiful. It was fairy tale. My twins would go there while I was riding. And I also worked on the farm. It was a great outlet for being in the military, So, and they pronounce it different, but here you go. Jodhpurs. I say Jodhpurs. Sorry. In their modern form are tight-fitting trousers to the ankle where they end in a snug cuff. They're fancy yoga pants, but they're not going to say that. Are worn primarily for horse riding because they're padded where you're supposed to hold on to the horse. Because trust me, I remember my first husband. He had came out to the farm one day because once a month I could invite somebody over because it costs money. Those are living beings. You have to maintain it, feed it, and you ain't getting none for free. Or we could barter. And I'm telling you, she was a taskmaster, but a sweetheart. But she didn't play. You had to clean the stall. You had to learn this. You had to ride. You had to put the saddle on. You had to, everything. Groom him, everything. Clean out his hoofs. Now we didn't have to put the shoes on, but all of that stuff. And just a very she was like somebody out of Lord of the Rings, It's like, you're a European, But yeah, that farm had been there for like 800 years. So it was a wonderful experience and I'm glad I had it. But yeah, and then the hubby, he showed up in jeans and I was like, well, they had extra pants where you could put them on. That's Europeans are a little different. And he was like, I'm not wearing that. I don't know who had that on. Baby, all the hair in his inner thighs after we rode in the countryside was rubbed the F off. I said, I told you. And he was in pain for like weeks. Okay, so yeah, they're fashioned for that way for a reason. Okay? All right. And it's slang. Okay. Primary for horse riding. The term is also used as a slang for a type of short riding boot. Okay. Also called a paddock boot or a jodhpur boot because they are worn with those pants. Mine are rubber. I don't even care. Okay. In their modern form are tight fitting trousers to the ankle. And if you want to look at images, you can, you know. They can be like that or they can be tight. It doesn't matter. It's mine are like this. Okay. And we wear the hat and everything and you're all sweaty and dirty and smelling like a horse. Some people do wear the jeans. Like I said, I would not recommend it, but those are padded jeans. You can see by the inner knee because that's where you hold on. You got to hold on to the or you're going to, let's just say a squirrel and he gets scared and he might throw you off and run away. The only reason why horses throw you off because they want to get away. And if it's a really, really good horse, he won't throw you off and he'll buck and you better hold on. But a lot of horses, because they're trained and you're telling them what to do, they're tossing you off because they don't want to do that because they want to get away from the squirrel because it scared them. They're not doing it because they're mean or bad. And horses are just like, okay, here's some cute little patooties. Horses are just like humans. They have personalities and they are intelligent. Horses are so sneaky, they'll look at you with these, I don't know anything eyes and will set you up for whatever shenanigan they're up to. So get to know your horse. They can be very naughty sometimes. They're very, very strong, but they have hearts of angels. Yeah, I love my horse. There you go. All right. Isn't that fabulous? I love that picture. It kind of looks, now this might sound culturally insensitive, but she kind of looks like African American. So that's usually what they're shaped like and look like. Okay. Will I make those by hand? Maybe when I get a little more experience with working with stretch. I'm not there yet. I'm going to take my time and learn everything. I sewed all the time for my kids when they were young. So it's going to be a journey. So gaucho and gaucho pants history. Now, on the fashion tip, okay, because that's a little sports. That's on the sports tip. We all know, if you're an old head, we all know these terms. And a lot of designers go back and forth. If you look at some of their, the runway models and things, I'm like, oh, there's a pair of gauchos. And somebody will look at me like, what? I'm like, oh, it just slipped out. So what is a gaucho? Okay, is a skilled horseman, reputed to be brave and unruly. Well, Wild Wild West, okay? Now, that's not fair when they say things like unruly. Like when they call pirates evil, they trying to live, okay? Unless pirates had manners, it depends. Right? But some of them, when they say unruly, if they got in a town and broke rules and got hung, then okay. But the majority of them were A-okay. Like San Francisco. Let's just say one person got murdered. Where you can't say all San Franciscans are murderers. No, that just one. So that one was unruly. So I don't like when they say that. Now, if we're making old nasty a storyline in a movie, then of course you're going to have a brave one and an unruly one. But I think they can be both. They can be unruly out there in the Wild Wild West, but when they come into town, they're gentlemen. Okay? The figure of the gaucho is a folk symbol of Argentina and Uruguay, Rio Grande do Sul in Brazil. Ciao, stop. South of the Chilean, whatever that word is. So it is regional. Okay. And we all know how the Columbuses and the pirates and the what did they call? They didn't call them privateers from all the royalties sailed across the seas and came in contact with different cultures. Well, as the cultures came together, then the clothing started looking, let's just say, swirled, right? What they already were making there from the native people, and then the Europeans or the Africans came together and they started making things with different flares. And then obviously the humans would swirl, right? And different styles and different jobs and different let's just say I'm trying to be politically correct. Customs, there you go, came to be. I'm just going to leave it there. A gaucho is a skilled horseman. But just keep it there. Okay. I know you know what I mean, but if you don't, ask me later. Because I hate going into the political stuff. I'm not doing that. Why do I keep trying to invite somebody in the studio? Okay. All right. Gaucho pants history. So basically, it was named after the person. The pants were borrowed from the costume of the Pampas. That's what they call them, Pampas. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly because even though I know certain terms and I'm teaching myself French, I don't have their dialect. I have an American dialect. So I know I sound funny, but it is charming to some people. Oops. Let me see. If it's the funky way, okay, good.
Yeah, it's like a picture someone to say that and then it will end up being that. But the temple has it, and I think in yours. So your way is the big, let's just say, the center, right, of the body. We cover it. It's like, while I rest in the closet. It's like, in a buffalo. They, they use this musical status for their guidance skills. First independence in the 18th and 19th. Well, I bet you was less and less. I'm so happy I'm not even, not even, yeah, I know I wouldn't know any better,
But we are blessed, you guys. Let's embrace that. Let's embrace that. So yeah, they were badasses. Okay. And you can be a badass but not be a mean arse. Okay, or just a arse hole. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. So we all know these patterns. We all love history. You can look at this and figure out everything about him and his companion, and you can sew them. So that's where gauchos came from. Yeah, I wore gauchos. Yes, I did. I'm a boot girl. So uh, will I make some? Maybe. Will people go, whatever, won't care. But I guarantee you, they're going to be on the runway VVVV soon. They go away and they come back. They go away and they come back. Now, there's some cowboys right there. Okay. All right. So here's another picture. That's a nice picture. All right. I'm just looking. We're just being nosy. Oh, here's a nice picture. No, that's for sale. I'm not going to hit it. There's a nice picture. There you go. Those are Gauchos. The man and the pant. Oh, you like that? Mm-hmm. All right. So what's the next thing? Okay, Bermuda pants, Victorian cycling outfit. Now, I hope you're looking this up the same time I'm looking it up. If you have one device, okay, thanks for chilling and listening. You know, you don't have to stare at the computer. Just have me in the background. But as I'm bringing up only one or two things, I'm not saying stop there. I'm just saying we're introducing the title and the topic, and we're going to go further. We're going to, in the future and beyond, we're going to expand on each and every one of these titles. Trust me, it's coming. Got to start somewhere. Plus, it was a pandemic. Yeah, it wasn't nobody outside. Okay, why are shorts called Bermudas? Or this is what I'll say. Why are a short style called a Bermuda? Okay, a British overseas territory. So there you go. You know, the different European during the, let's just say, the 16, 17 and all of that hundreds, with all their wooden ships and pirate ships and all of that. They were coming and traveling and looking and, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? Adventuring. I don't know. Discovering, as they like to say, different islands. And when they came upon the Bermuda Islands, a British overseas territory where they are considered appropriate business attire for men, were made out of suit-like material and worn with knee-length socks. I think they did the socks because of the insects, and think they did the pants because it gets hot, right? And a dress, shirt, tie, and blazer. And nowadays, you guys, it's come back. If you look on the modern runway now, oh my God, yeah, it's just here, and it's here to stay. And obviously, it's different from a pair of shorts. Shorts are higher, Bermudas are lower by the knee. Now, I'm not quite sure what they call the ones down by the ankle. I don't like those. I like it by the knee. Well, some people don't like to show their knee. That's when you're going to get the gaucho. And a lot of people have asked me, they're like, I'm not wearing gauchos. I'm like, yeah, you are. Would you prefer gaucho or bloomer? You know what I mean? It's like you got to pick one. Pick a team. So let's look at Victorian cycling outfit. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel good. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I am so hoarse. You know, when you're talking to a lot of people and having conversation, yeah, it's a bottle of beer. Mm. I'm telling you, I love this stuff. It has the whale at the top. It has the Harry Potter train. It's number 38. It's called North and South Brewing. I can't say that. Brewing Company. And it's made in California, and it's from Trader Joe's. And I love it. Someone had it at their house. I said, because they poured it. And I said, oh, you know, I usually don't drink beer, you know, unless we're partying, you're at an event, or it's pizza night. And they were like, I said, where'd you get that? And they pulled it up, the bottle out of the trash. And I took the bottle home, and I took it to Trader Joe's. And they were like, oh, it's way down there somewhere. I said, I would have never found it. So maybe the next time I go to Trader Joe's, I'll do that's what I'll do. I go to Trader Joe's tomorrow. I'll do a quick short. I don't know why I don't do them, you guys. It is what it is. I'll do something and I'll go, oh, I could have vlogged that. I'm almost there. I am. More than just for bicycling, riding, women wore these same sport suits for golf, tennis, fishing, hiking, caving, mountaineering, and canoeing. So I put this in a particular order because As time went by and the gauchos and the Bermudas and the women were in the skirts and then the sewing machines and then the bicycles, all of these inventions started, they were like, we want in on it. So that's why they kind of look the same. Mm-hmm. All right. And then it all had to do with sport or riding or activity. And riding a horse is activity. So when you go to images, ow, itchy, you see all the wonderful fashion plates that I will definitely be coming back here in the future and getting those. I love it. And look at the mutton sleeves. That's back into style. People ride bikes in San Francisco, but I think it's still dangerous. When you go to Holland, there's more bikes than cars. They respect the car here in America, and they respect the bike more in Europe, I think. That's just my personal opinion, because bikes, there you'll hear them fussing and cussing and on the wrong side of the road, and every once in a while you might get ran over on the sidewalk. I'm like, yeah, they need new laws or something. Maybe that can be one of my jobs when I get old lady, is to sit on a board and make sure they get all the bicycle lanes in place. Yes, I wouldn't feel safe in San Francisco on a bike. Now they do have electric bikes. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe I'll put my GoPro on a bike and we'll just go around the city. I don't know. I just feel like I'll ride a bike somewhere far, far away, and then I'll get a flat, or I'll go into Whole Foods and come out and it's stolen. Yeah, I don't want those problems. But a lot of tourists love them. And the main street where they bike on is Market, because they took away all civilian traffic. It's just buses, taxis, and some special transportation, like paramedic transport, not paramedic, like people with disabilities. You know what I'm trying to say. That's the only street I would feel comfortable, but Market Street is not that big. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm gonna, and San Francisco has a lot of hills, so no ma'am, no sir, I'm not going up a hill. Do you know how you gotta have a healthy heart to walk in San Francisco? Yeah, you really do. So let's look at history of pants, and then then we're gonna go right into the websites. Yeah, you got to be in shape. And sometimes, you guys, I'll turn a corner and I'll go, oh no, I'm not going up that hill. I'll go down the hill, but I am. Oh, maybe I'll start doing that too. Okay, see, I'm getting ideas. I am. I'm getting ideas. I just don't feel like running around with a phone in my hand all day, but I got to get used to it. So this is history of pants in Africa. Now, it started out with telling us the history of clothing: bark, cloth, furs, skins, hides. Now, we already talked about that. Shout out to the playlist. Okay. Were mainly used for first forms of clothing. And they say males simply wrap the bark cloth around your private, obviously, right? African clothing is the traditional clothing worn by the people of Africa, which has countries, because Africa is the continent. So they say here, Ugandan men have started to wear full length trousers. So it's a journey. You could pick every country, which one day I'm going to try to do, talk about each and every one of their costumes, right? And here it says in West Africa, woven fibers, meaning there was a craft man or woman, or let's just say, I won't say industry because it was like primitive. Um, what's the word? I can't I can't think of the word. But in West Africa, woven fabrics from the 800s have been discovered in Nigeria. In Mali, cotton fragments were found that have been traced back to the 1000s. Okay? All right, so I'm going to keep that. There's a word. It's on the tip of my tongue. I cannot. Just let it go, Deirdre. African clothing dates back to the Stone Age when people wore furs and skins. After a while, they made better clothes by pounding bark, to break up the fibers. Okay. It won't come to me. Yeah. Let me see. Group. I'm trying to think of the word. Okay. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my God. It's not like a union. And I know you're yelling it at me. It's on the tip of my tongue. So here they're talking about garment worker union, clothing industry. Those are modern terms. What am I trying to say? Okay, I gotta let it go. Because if I don't let it go, I'll be here all night. What is the word? It's like a crafting group. Because when you're 3 beers in, man. I'm gonna have to let it go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let it go. Okay, artisan. Okay, artisans. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. All right, let's go right into the websites. But before we do that, let's look at the last images. Yeah, I'm gonna put it down below. As soon as I click off, I know it's gonna pop in my head, y'all. I know it, and it's gonna make me mad. Okay. All right. I can't think of it. I think this is beautiful. This is something I'm going to attempt to design and make by hand over in Art and Craft Therapy. It's beautiful. So some of the things you're seeing here, we're going to work on it. I'm going to embroider the bodice, and I'm going to make the pants. And that's something you can wear anywhere as a costume and in modern day. And people won't look at you like, Deirdre, no. They'll be like, oh, that's so nice. That's what I'm going for. This is not the Elizabethan theme party. I try not to, because you bring the attention to you. I'm not trying to do that. I just want people to appreciate what you're trying to do without going all over the top. Like this. I would not wear this to a wedding. I'll wear the other one, but I wouldn't wear this. But I'll make that in Art and Craft Therapy. That when I get my gypsy on, baby. Yeah, that's the look we're going for. Now, do you see the apron? Do you see the wrap? Do you see the vests? Do you see the headpieces? Nice, right? So yeah. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Ugh. Okay, let me, while we look at the next one, I'll try to look it up real fast. And when I figure it out, we're gonna look it up. I think we have the one last picture. Yeah, that's it. One last picture. Okay. And I love this picture because when I do my DNA cultural research and videos, I'm also going to try to incorporate whatever image and culture we talk about next year, create those costumes. And this is definitely one that I want. I said, oh, she looks so beautiful. I could wear that every day. Okay. I mean, I really can. We're in a pandemic. everybody had something covering their face. So I love that robe. I want it right now to put on my jammies. So you'll be seeing those images again. I don't know. I'm okay. What do you call a group of crafters in ancient Africa? That's so. I just come up with stuff, y'all. You know, they didn't have group names, but there's a name on the tip of my tongue. They're just saying craftsman, a skilled worker who practices some trade or handicraft, artisan, journeyman. Okay, yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna have to let it go, y'all. There's a word like a synonym. Okay, how about that? A union synonym. How about that? Union synonym. I love looking stuff up. Coalition, fusion, league. But those are modern words. A guild. Okay, let's go with guild. Okay. Yeah, they were guilds of people. Okay, I'll take that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to let it go. And in every like village, in every town or every city, and even in the royal palaces, people worked day and night to sew for the whole group of people who either hired them, they worked for, or their patrons. Every day, all day long. There you go. Now I can let you go. Yeah, we'll go with guild. So I'm going to put that after the word Africa, and then we'll look up guild. Okay. And then I'll add it. Oh, wow. My friend is going live. Okay, here we go. I love research. You guys, that's the first step in any art project. So I hope I am demonstrating properly, which we're doing now, but my goal is to help you or you to help someone else or someone else to help, I don't know, themselves to say, oh, maybe that's something I'm into. Oh, Deirdre talked about guilds. Oh, wow. I want a hand sew. You know, this is my journey in life to teach someone something new. Okay.
Guild.
So yeah, a medieval association. So it was probably a word before that, but I'll take that, Alex in heaven. A medieval association of craftsmen or women or merchants, often having considerable power, right? An association of people for mutual aid or the pursuit of a common goal, an alliance, a society, a union, a league, a federation, a coalition. And I'm sure there was an ancient word. I don't even care because that's good enough. Good enough. So that's down below too. So let's get the first website and we're almost done. Thank you so much for being here. Now let's just say I was writing a movie about an era. I have to do my research. You have to do your research. Okay? Ooh, shout out to Prada. All right. So we're gonna love on the men's. This is GQ because I haven't done that in a minute. So let me open up the next two. We have 10, so just sit back and relax. And think about it. If you spend 1 hour a week doing research on whatever your hobby is over a year, you're going to have a skill set. You're going to build your lexicon. You're going to broaden your knowledge base. I mean, embrace growing over here in class culture. It is what it is. That's what we do over here. Okay? Thank you for being here. And thank you for the cash apps. All right. So we talked about shoes. Okay. The best casual pant for men will make you want to renounce sweats forever. Yeah, please don't wear sweats every day. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You can do it. So this is a great read. Please read it. But we'll look at some of the topics. Chino pants, right? And then they give you suggestions. Khaki pants, okay? Cargo pants. So they're different styles. Pleated pants. Dress pants. Years ago, I worked in Sears men's department. The best retail job I had. I was raising the kids, and it was like, I love shopping for men. And I love shopping for my son and my husband's, but helping men shop is amazing. It really is. They're more appreciative than women. Women miss me. Sometimes you're nasty. Don't go shopping in a foul mood. Shopping is supposed to be fun. To me, shopping is just as fun as sporting. You know, even window shopping is better because you don't have to spend no money. So I love GQ because they talk about style, grooming, culture, wellness. And GQ is way better than getting the magazine, y'all. Because I remember a couple of years I would get the magazine when I was raising my son just to get him used to that reading and grooming and taking care of yourself and articles. He loves reading books. Okay. So my kids love to read and read articles and newspapers. But the website is amazing. Okay. Work pants. I mean, now it's getting watered down. So yeah, that's down below. And they have recommendations too. Well, oh, that took forever. What's going on? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I got the beach ball. Let me try it again. Sorry if I'm glitchy. It's not me. Oh, that's what it was. Something the Wi-Fi. Okay. Something was weird. So let's see who's talking. Are you kidding me? Just see, look at God. Somebody sent me a cash app, y'all. Let me see. That's cool. Thank you. See there? Okay, I love this website because when I start upping my game on my website, because I'm not just going to have a production website, I'm going to have an art and crafts website and a Queen Charming website. Oh, I sure am. I want my art and craft website to be quirky and charming and bright, so a 10-year-old can come visit it, or a 110-year-old. We're claiming it. Okay. So I love that dusty old thing, you know, and they have ads. I just love the feel of it, and we're going to get attacked by ads. So just hang on. And that's where I got the Bloomer fashion plate from. And I hate blogging. Oh, I hated it in college. I'm like, oh, I hate that. But I like the style of this one. So that's where I found that beautiful bodice. Now I'm going to have to take that up close because, yeah, all of that is hand embroidered. Now who's attacking me? Cut it out. I don't know why they want to show us something. We didn't come here to see something else. And then they talk about women's independence. Remember when Biden and Vice President Harris were, the inaugural, put into office? All the women wore purple because it was the 100th anniversary of suffrage. Look at those socks. I want them. So that one lady is looking at her like, huh? Or the man, is that a man or a lady? I don't know. I see old nasty mustache. Did I call that nice lady a man? I'm sorry. That wasn't nice. My mom had a wooden bucket. And a sideboard just like that downstairs in our basement. But we did have a modern washing machine. And our neighbor had an old-fashioned hand-turned washing machine in the 70s. Oh yeah, she did. Because a lot of women from the South was like, nope, this is good enough for me. I'm like, we doing, So yeah, but I want her socks. I want that whole outfit. Let me make it bigger so I can do a screenshot. I don't know what's happened to my Wi-Fi. I mean, can we all get along? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. It's just acting stupid. Yeah, I want that outfit. They just want me to wash my hair, y'all. Yeah, my hair is okay, y'all. It's okay. All right, here we go. Ooh, she all naked in the shower. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what's the next thing? There we go. Women in Pants, a timeline of fashion liberation. This is a great read. HuffPost, love it. We'll never stop reading it. I was reading it when it was called Huffington Post. She has it. It turned the corner during the pandemic. So yeah, this is an actual article on there, and you can hit, all of these blue, right, links. Let's go all the way back to the 14th and 15th century. Okay, and they have fashion plates as well. So it just depends where you were on planet Earth, really honestly. And they're, the cycling. And everything inventions, just like we talked about the bomber jacket, the invention of the airplane. It just depends. And women, had their whole body covered up for swimming. So it had to be a pant. Yeah, the skirt wouldn't work, right? Yeah, it had to be a pant. And then turn of the century, and scandalous. She has pants on, But I love old fashioned stuff like that. I'm not mad at it. Oh, and I don't do the cultural. Where's the African American person? No, they're there too. It's just that this person chose to use these images. So don't get in your ling-lings about stuff like that. So then they say in the 1960s and 70s, women's pants finally seemed to stick. This is so true. I remember one of the first outings going to church, and I think I was 10 that I was allowed to go. I think it was summer camp or something. We were not allowed to bring pants. And we were like, it's camp. I mean, when we were Michigan, everybody had a boat and a camper. It is what it is. But and we went with our families, but when you went to the church summer camp, they had rules. And I remember bringing a paper home to my mom. I was like, well, what am I supposed to wear? So we have like long skirts. It's so stupid. Because she was like, you can't, it's either a long skirt or you ain't going. Because you can't wear no short skirt running around. And I was like, yeah, that don't make sense. So it was really stupid. Because then we could go swim and you see our whole body. And I didn't get it. So yeah, I remember about 1974, 75, in our particular church, after the next year, they were like, okay, girls can wear pants. And we were like, yeah, because that was crazy. So when I read this, I was like, oh my God, it reminded me of that first summer church camp. And I had that piece of paper. I said, Mama, they said I can't wear pants. What am I supposed to wear? So yeah, so we made like 3, because we were only there for 4 days, 3 long skirts together, just elastic, because she liked to sew too. And I had a big t-shirt over it, so no one cared. We kind of look Amish, so it was okay. I love this. Remember I told you guys when I find my suit picture I took to surprise my husband on one of his birthdays, it was sort of like an homage. See, I knew what I was doing even 30 years ago. Shout out to Gaga. I love that. I would wear that with old nasty. I need a brassiere. But with old nasty Bernice on, oh, yes, I will. Oh, ooh. Now, if that ain't a gaucho, bite me. Yeah, she's on trend. I say in fashion, do whatever you want. Yeah. And that's why when people look down on other people. I'm like, well, your superstars that you give thousands and thousands of money do it. Why can't we? So yeah, people need to elevate and don't hate. I think it's funny when people see my Bernices and they go, "What is that?" And then I'll show them a picture of Nicki Minaj and they'll just hobble away in their ignorance. Yeah. I don't care. You know, I earn like in real time. I put a picture of my retirement money I came on in the mail and stuff. It's like, oh honey, I've earned this moment in time. I do what I want. Shout out to iBait. You better do what you want. You only live once. Sorry, something's going weird. Okay, here we go. All right, I like this messy Nessie. So I'm still getting inspiration by looking at these other other websites to see how they're laid out and not getting attacked by ads. The not so straightforward history of women in trousers. Now they're showing movies, y'all. Just ignore. So I think these pictures are amazing. We could wear that today, couldn't we? Yes, hand up in the sky. Yes, we can. So here's the picture of the gypsies and the aprons. I like the aprons, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. While Western women were subjected to a trouser ban, like the story I just told you, many societies in Eastern cultures did not share the same sentiment. Because why? They rode horses and they worked alongside their men. Researchers estimate that Central Asian women have worn trousers for thousands of years, and you can read the rest. And there she is. Okay. There's also another reason. Have you ever gone to Las Vegas? Okay, I got to go real fast because there are exposed things there. You got to have something over your face, you guys. If you work on a farm, if you ride horses, if you live in a desert and there's a windstorm, you'll go at home and your hair will be light colored and your face will have grit on it. You should cover your face. It is what it is. There's a purpose. It has nothing to do with religion. Okay? Unlike Western society, women trousers were not a matter of fashion, but particularly because they bending over and everything. They ain't got time for that. In Eastern Turkish culture, men and women clothing was almost identical in appearance. Absolutely. So I'm going to share this on my sewing. See, I set it up before. So great read. Enjoy. Okay. If you want to feel better, if you're down, you want to feel better, read. How about that? A Brief History of Trousers. Now we crossed the pond and I found a website and it's really cool in the UK. A Brief History of Trousers, because they call them trousers. They don't say pants. So here's a beautiful vase. I kind of like that. Vase. Okay. And then they talk about horseback riding and everything we've spoken about, but they talk about the Romans and the Greeks. And here are a pair of trousers from the 4th century. I was going to say 300 and something. Found in Germany, or Deutschland, as they like to say. Now, don't those trousers look identical to the pattern I showed you? And the ankles are shaped, or the feet and the ankles are shaped like that outwardly. Because if you shaped it forward, it would tug. So we're going to visit that in the future over on Art and Craft Therapy. Okay? So yeah. And here, I know you've seen that picture. If you know anything about, I think it was 1100 when the first king was established in, London. This is, I think his name was William the Conqueror. I don't know. But anyway, they're wearing those pants, is what they're saying. Pant, what happened? Okay? And that's embroidery, just like the top, that bodice that I'm going to make. Oh, I can't wait. So, and then over here they talk about other things like the sashes and what the trousers look like, if they ballooned or if they were tight at the ankle, and all good stuff. Mutton, everything. Fluff, right? And I think that was for modesty because even now, I wear clothes that I don't want you to see everything on my body. I like clothes to be loose. Yeah, I don't sexualize my wardrobe. I just don't. I don't want anybody looking at me going, "Ooh." I'll be like, "What? I don't know you." Yeah, that is unacceptable. I don't want to be sexually harassed because I'm wearing a pair of pants. Yes, I shop at Safeway. Okay. So this is a great website because they have archived, okay, um, articles. And then they have my gauchos. Oh, I used to love my gauchos because I loved wearing boots. Junior high school, it was gauchos and boots. And then when you elevate to high school, you're a teenager and you want to wear the latest fashion and stuff. But baby, I always had my gauchos on, happy as a little clam. Oh, that's nasty. That ain't disclosure. That ain't got nothing to do with me, boo. I don't even know. And here's a pattern because I made a couple in home economics. Because in junior high school we had sewing classes, and I could still be there right now. But you grow up and you live and you got to make money and you join the military. And I always sewed my kids' clothes to a certain age, and I enjoy it. What can I say? I enjoy it. They might not be perfect or runway, but they're mine, and I made it. And you can make them stretchy. Okay. Very cute, right? So yeah, they come in different varieties. And here's a definitely 1950 version of the gaucho. Okay, and here's a modern day gaucho. Don't they look handsome? And that's a costume and or everyday clothing. I wouldn't care. I know they wouldn't care. This is who I am. And that's in Argentina. And I think they look just fine. I wouldn't flinch. I wouldn't giggle. He got clothes on. And I think clothes should be based on region. I think it's boring to see people in t-shirts and jeans. I think it's absolutely yawn. I really do. A matter of fact, to me, it's annoying. So, because when I show up in outfits and things, people go, "Oh, you're dressed up," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm just don't want to be boring." Or where you're going? Do you get that a lot? Oh, where are you going? No, I'm sitting here next to you at the restaurant. I cannot stand people that are in t-shirts and jeans at church. I hate that. I'm like, shouldn't it be a dress code? But yeah, it depends. I dress up. Oh, yes, I do. All right, one more, you guys. Oh, I see what I did. Give me a second. I have to change something around. It'll take a minute. All right, I want to do that one first. Copy. There you go. I knew one thing was out of order and I fixed it. Okay, here we go. So everything we shared is down below. No extra. I just added art and craft therapy. Link, please, from the bottom of my heart. Subscribe. Because that's the next best thing after my daughter graduates and we get to moving where we need to be. All right. So, and I'm glad I made the choice because then I would have unpacked everything. We would have did shows and I have to pack it away again. It's like, okay, yeah, my first mind was right. It was right. You have to hold on to your first mind. It's hard making that turn into let's just say, not being frugal, but accepting a pattern in life and know you're going to be okay. So let's go back to dusty old thing. Now, did I say this? I think I did it twice. I just found another article. Or yeah, it was another. Nope, it's the same thing. I did it twice, y'all. So let me get rid of it. It looks different though, doesn't it? Okay, so I can delete that. That's okay. All right. Yep, twice. All right. There you go. All right, so what's the next thing? Whatever it is, I'll just hit it. I just know one thing I want last. There you go. So, okay, so we only have 9 websites. Cool. Okay, this is the Victorian cyclist. So, okay, this is what I envision. Shh, don't tell anybody. Just know you heard it here first. So 1 year over on Art and Craft Therapists, I'm going to be a cyclist for a whole year. When? I have no idea. And I'm going to like recreate live a whole year in that year, 1872 or whatever. I'm doing my research now. Okay. We might even steampunk it, right? All right. This is a great website. I love it. I have all my old pictures of my ancestors from that era, and I'm super excited about it. And we're gonna do the history of the bike and everything. I am over the moon about it. Okay. So read the article. They have some fun stuff in here. The new woman again in trouble. So they're trying to make fun of her wearing pants and stuff and on a bike. Because men were very in their linglings. They didn't like that. They were in charge. Women had to go out and work. Why? Because of the wars. Right? Men had to go away to the wars. Ergo, you left the women. They had to replace them in the jobs. That's why their wardrobe and costumes change, because it is not practical to have a big, gigantic, voluminous skirt when you're on a bike. It makes no sense. And over here is great stuff. History Cyclist, H.G. Wells. This website is everything. Okay? For me in that project. All right. So that's enough of that. Two left and we're done. Okay, that's not too bad. I try to keep these to an hour. Sorry. All right. African clothing. Contemporary African art.com. I want to wear that. I want to wear a fez every day. Now he'll be like, why are you wearing the guy clothes? I'm like, because I am gender fluid when it comes to costuming. I just want to look fly like him. Now, if you follow the story of Moses, if you are Jewish, if you watch the Ten Commandments every Christmas, you know Moses' his mom wove, because she was a craftswoman, his robe. Okay, and then he went to part the sea. I mean, who wouldn't want to wear what he wearing? I want it. I would give him money and snatch it off of him. And I want to live in that house behind him. Okay. Now they talk about the bark and the hides, and then they show beautiful women, and then they show the paintings on the bark. The designers, right? And they use the word loincloth. Now I'm going to go fast because there's a beautiful woman feeding her child. That's what breasts are for. And here they talk about tribal clothing. And that's when the beads and the leather and the designs and the art. I want to learn everything. And then they talk about adornment. Headdresses, bags, belts, collars, girdles, capes, beads, feather, leather, gold, silver, seashell, ostrich shell, eggshell. Ivory, buttons, fur, skin, bone, animal tails, hair, raffia, wood, grass, belts, pressed metal, all contribute to a rich and embellished costume used for tribal purposes. Now, as far as guild, it was probably within the tribe a guild of these people, and that was their job all day long. They weren't responsible for making food. They were not responsible for dancing, singing, hunting, washing, building, getting water, nothing. Their only job was to do that. Ergo, they were skilled. Ergo, they were a higher class. Ergo, they were honored, and they were probably well kept. Okay. They had status. So there is a king. Okay. And there are some warriors. Teeny tiny pictures, but you can click them. So that's down below. Now, this might sound kind of silly, but it's important. Why? Because I'm a grandmother. I am also a mother. Basically, being a grandmother means you repeat what you already did. Ergo, the word grand. I'm really good at it. And God rewards us and or the universe if you don't believe. Okay? So, what's happening now? We're going to the library. Come on, little fella. Now, my granddaughter's in high school, so that's why I'm not that I'm ignoring her. It's just with the little guy, he's more work. In about 5 years, he won't. He'll just say hi and see you at the event. But yeah, check out children websites. When you're trying to find a new hobby, when you're trying to do a new topic, ain't nobody gonna know. Don't be embarrassed. Go to children websites to find out things on topics. Why? Because they explain it better. They Sesame Street it. Sometimes Deirdre's brain is tired, and I just want to look at pretty pictures, and I like the owl. So this is Coolaboo, right? Home, history, science, geography, biology,
all things, all things, and anybody all the things they're talking about all this other stuff. Maybe I I hope you guys are reading book toys that are on the page. It's going to be odd. But I probably maybe the probably very good. So the topic of fashion is fashion. I like it because something really exciting. But the words are bigger. So
eyeball issues. The graphics are bigger. Where do the Africans get their sense of fashion? So it's very direct. They say it where a third grader could read it, and I'm okay with it. But look at the beautiful fashion plates. So if you were going to sew 1 through 7, there it is. There it is. Oh, nasty toga. Okay. And then I'd say medieval, right? Europe. So yeah. It's fun. The first clothes in Africa seem to have been made of leather and fur because they killed and eat the animal. So they used everything just like the Native American and any other native culture. And people who lived on like small islands like Hawaii and things, they would wrap themselves in the vegetation, right? And weave the vegetation into clothing. The first clothes in Africa have seem to have been made of leather and fur in response to a cold snap in the region nearly 200,000 years ago. Over time, this material was changed to bark cloth. Bark cloth was a kind of cloth made from the bark of a tree. Strips of bark would be peeled off a tree and beaten with a rock until it had softened enough to wear and spun so they could weave it. pieces of this bark would be attached together to form shawls, shirts, trousers, and headbands. And you can do the rest. Please and thank you. Okay, we did it. We did it. We did Fashion Friday pants, Jodhpurs. I say Jodhpurs Gaucho and such. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the topic. I will be revisiting this myself down below in the description box because I need this research for whatever project I'm working on. Where else would I get it? How else would I find? I would be all over the place if I didn't have my videos and my playlists and the description box. I would be lost. It would be a mess. I couldn't remember. Now I have easy access. And I'll go, oh, there it is. Oh, okay, I'm over on Art and Craft Therapy. I'm about to construct these pair of gauchos. Let me go to that video down in the description box. And while I'm doing my research, I'll be listening to myself talk about it because why not? Click and view. And I'll be off to the next stage in the process of building my channels. It's that easy. And I appreciate you. It's my journey and it is what it is. So I appreciate you. And just remember, every content creator is supposed to be different, independent, solo dolo. We are supposed to offer something different for our audience, even though our audience goes here, there, and everywhere. Shout out to my family. My family subscribe. They're like, okay, we might not do all of that rah, 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 but we'll word of worship. Okay, I'll look at that playlist. Yeah, they don't have to look at that part. Just like I don't want to be in your house when you and your husband are yelling at each other. You know, it's the same thing, and I ain't mad. Okay? Thank you, Hearts of Gold. I'll see you when I see you next time. Who knows what time? I've been busy. I appreciate you. Bye!